Hail and well met. There is something within the archives, as I have said to you before. My fellow scribes and venturers that go into the archives themselves say that there is something. They have seen it now, a shadow, of mortal or of bestial form. They have no idea. For, within their words, it is nothing but darkness, and when they turn to look upon it to get a clearer view, they see nothing. Whatever this creature is, it is not mortal, for even the swiftest Bartamon cannot move as fast as this thing can, and not make a sound. I fear that my suspicions are growing more and more correct, that it is an immortal of some kind, that dwells within the deepest haunts of the library of the Archivus Venturis. Deep in the annals, a spirit clung to some relic, or to some tome or scroll that has since escaped or grown restless. Whatever it is, I cannot say for certain. Hence why I have called fellow scholars from the Archivus Occultatum, those who are wise in the ways of magic and the hidden things of this world, especially in immortals, to come and investigate. I sent the notification and now await their arrival. But then again, those of the Archivus Occultatum are not well known for making their presence heard. The last time I dealt with them was when I was but a young scribe, learning how to write the proper way for transcribing venturers and all their own tales. Such an eerie presence they were. And I am glad that I have not encountered one since. But I am gladder still that they do exist to help now. But it is with heavier heart that I report the martyrdom of Emilio Wintero de Monte Pallanio in the year 5016 AR. I knew Emilio. When I began my, how one might say, a stint into being a recounter rather than a scribe, Emilio was just beginning his journey in writing, but was dissatisfied with the Archivus Venturis, always spending more time with those persons of the Archivus Bestia. And from what I remember of his time with me as a young scribe, Emilio, he was a brash young man. Handwriting horrible, but serviceable. Though I am sure that in the tomes I have now received, at least I hope, it has improved. Emilio left in the year 4996 AR, after I had signed off on a transfer from the Venturis archives to the Bestia archives, for approximately 70 or so archivists and venturers of the Bestia went on an expedition around the world to catalog all the beasts that had been found in the world that we here in the archives did not know, and most we did. It is now the year 5026 AR, and Emilio is dead. He has become one that was. And though I remember him as being nothing more than an annoying young man, who did not want to write about venturers and their tales. I still remember that brightness in him, the spark of life that all mortals have, but that venturers slowly lose, and could quickly draw one who is not steeled against horror into the depths of madness. I have received a note here as well describing his martyrdom. In the year 5016 AR, as one of the few remaining original members of that original expedition, Emilio had led a ship to Polyglotia, North Polyglotia specifically, which at the time was not as explored as it is now, and not as written of as it is now. He died upon the beaches, protecting a village whose name is not written down, from a beast that is named Ogobolet. What a Ogobolet is, I don't know. I am hoping that I will know what one is at the end of these 5 volumes, if even it is written down. For I do not know if someone would want to put the Ogobolet down. But that will be many years. For as I unpackage these and look through the tomes, at least at a quick glance, before giving them on to my scribes, who will begin copying, and then copying those copies and sending them out to every Ventures League lodge to be copied once again, I know it will be approximately 10 to even 20 years before I personally get to read what is written in these books by Emilio. If I do not die within that time, I shall enjoy reading these tomes. But if I do die, and not become befallen of some horrible fate which would condemn me to the deepest holes of Pluto, I shall see him in Elysium, and ask that martyr, Emilio Wintero de Monte Pallanio, what his expedition was like, what beasts he encountered, and what slew him in the end. Just as I shall with all the others whom have died under my command, or whom I have known, whether it is in the flesh and blood, or the page and ink. In honor of Emilio, though I did not know him as well as I may others, I shall read the first words that he wrote down. And please forgive me if I stumble. This is not meant to be an offense, merely me trying to decipher a young scribe's words. Tome of Beasts, Volume 1. Amalgamated beasts are the only kind of animals from the pre-Rift ages, besides domestic animals, to thrive. They dominate the wilds as the source of most tumult for humanity. It is they whom have been mutated by the realm of life the most. However, the beasts of the world which may be called hybrids were not all influenced by magic. Some it is speculated, are subtly changed by life to survive over many, many years, until it, and its offspring included, lords over a branch upon the tree of life. Gathered in this tome are all the hybrid beasts of the planet which I have been witness to, as are those not. To the most accurate profession is this book valued by all whom read and take to the wilds the descriptions and testament of the animals of the world. Signed, Emilio Wintero de Monte, Pallanio. Oh, excuse me, there is a postscript. Dearest reader, hail and well met. 'Tis I, Bard, here to say I hath transcribed this book. Additionally, may thou enjoy mine own editions. Glory to thee, Bard, with the official wax seal of the Ventures League, signed and stamped. Who the hell is Bard?
Tales of Mortality is a world-building podcast set in the world of Asenscia, created and owned by Bard over 18 years and counting. It is a fantasy world of horror and madness, a planet racked by mutation and magic, where humanity survives only through itself and the Spirit Indomitable against horrors natural and unnatural. The Worldbuilder, writer, producer, and artist of the thumbnail is Bard. Me! Below is a transcription of lore, as well as a link to my Instagram, Bard of the Mad Realm, where I share art related to Asenscia. Thank you all for listening to Tales of Mortality. May chaos reign. Bye-bye.